Hello friends! In this video you'll see how the actors of the TV series The Wonder Years 1998-1993 have changed. You'll know their real names and age. I will show you how they look then and what's with them now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Jack Arnold is the husband of Norma, with whom she has 3 children. He's a somewhat stern, military-hardened man who keeps a pretty close eye on the progress of the kids and is quite capable of chastising if someone brings a bad grade. Kevin Arnold is one of Jack and Norma's 2 sons and is also a friend of Paul. He is able to be persistent, empathetic and friendly, but he can also switch from one girl to another rather quickly if she disappoints him. The role was performed by Fred Savage. Paul Pfeiffer has maintained a good friendship with Kevin Arnold for a long time. He has a good intellectual ability and is quite serious about his studies, trying to excel in all subjects. Wears black-rimmed glasses. The role is performed by George Saviano. Wayne Arnold is related to Norma by blood. He is not distinguished by outstanding mental abilities, sometimes he can call names or even mock his brother. Wayne has had luck in his personal life. He usually wears a watch on his left hand, played by Jason Harvey. Louis, John Corbett, was one of Karen's boyfriends whom she introduced to her parents, but he didn't get their approval. He shares many of his girlfriend's interests and treats her rather affectionately. Louis is tall and sometimes can be seen wearing glasses. Karen Arnold, Olivia Dabo, is the only sister of Wayne and Kevin. She has a somewhat strained relationship with her father and is reluctant to obey his orders, striving for a freer lifestyle. Has a serious relationship with Michael and has a hippie affiliation. Jimmy Donnelly is good friends with Neil Permish and Joy Spinoza, with whom he also studies together. He is a hooligan and often likes to skip classes and can also encourage other students to do the same. He is often seen wearing a red cap, played by Seth Green. Kara, Liza Gerber, had a brief romantic relationship with Kevin. She has a somewhat rebellious nature, sometimes finds it difficult to listen to her parents' advice, and she also smokes cigarettes. Kara can show wisdom and doesn't let guys take advantage of her. Doug Porter is one of the friends of Kevin Arnold, with whom he also attends the same class. He's good-hearted and willing to go on adventures with his friends. Doug is a big fan of fast food and has a somewhat dense build. The role is played by Brandon Crane. Coach Cutlip teaches physical discipline to students, including Kevin Arnold. He can often dislike and humiliate students, even though he is not really such a bad person. Has a signs of baldness, which he is ashamed of. The role is performed by Robert Picardo. Jeff Billings, Giovanni Ribisi, also like Chuck Coleman, maintains good friendships with Kevin Arnold, both in and out of school. He can listen attentively and, if necessary, help with advice or business. Occasionally walks around in striped sweatshorts. Grandpa Arnold is a relative of Kevin. He can be quite stubborn and may not admit to obvious things. He is not a very good driver, but continues to drive. Wears a cap and glasses. Played by David Huddleston, who died of heart and kidney disease in 2016. Miss Liza Farmer, Rebecca Staub, is well versed in the subject of social studies, which is what she's trying to teach students. She's not strict and can show understanding. Farmer has attractive features and a beautiful figure. Wears a pendant around her neck. Mr. Cantwell teaches mostly elementary school children, including teaching science and Kevin Arnold's class. He often uses illustrative examples, in particular movie excerpts, but doesn't know how to tell an interesting story. Wears glasses, played by Ben Stein. Bobby Riddle is a member of the McKinley basketball team, which has shown good promise. He has leadership qualities and does well as a team captain and player, but losses affect Bobby somewhat negatively and can become irritable. He was played by Jim Caviezel. Alice Pedermeyer, Lindsay Sloan, is the girlfriend of Chuck Coleman, for whom she has sincere feelings. She is good with both boys and girls, and is especially good friends with Kevin and Winnie, whom she doesn't refuse to help either. Wears small earrings. Miss White accounts for one of Kevin Arnold's teachers, who had romantic feelings for her. Her specialty is English, and she knows how to discipline her students quite well. Played by Wendell Meldrum, who passed away in 2021 after a brief illness. Jessica attends the same school as Chuck Coleman. She's a pretty girl with pretty facial features who can be resourceful, especially when trying to get the attention of a guy she likes. She was interested in Kevin Arnold. The role was played by Alicia Silverstone. Kirk McRae is listed as a student at the high school Kevin Arnold attends. He's outgoing and enjoys a certain popularity with the girls. Kirk has been dating Winnie Cooper for a while. He is somewhat taller than Kevin. The role is performed by Michael Landis. Larry Beeman is one of Kevin Arnold's classmates. He is characterized by a manifestation of friendliness, and he also has good musical abilities. Larry loves rock and roll and even created his own band, where he plays the guitar. Played by Joshua John Miller. Madeline Adams, Julie Condra, is a high school student who has recently become a classmate of Kevin Arnold, for whom she has had romantic feelings. She tries to fight through adversity and can be persistent in some moments. She has an interest in cooking. Ward, Scott Manville, is on good terms with Wayne. He is quite similar to his friend in many ways, but thanks to the army service he was able to change for the better, becoming more reasonable and responsible. Military service in Vietnam also put him under stress. Michael is in a serious relationship with Karen Arnold, which later grew into marriage. He can be understanding, is determined, and is willing to work on the relationship. He cares about how Karen's parents feels about him. The role is played by David Schwimmer. Mr. Altman, Willie C. Carpenter, leads one of the academic disciplines, including Kevin among his students. He likes to ask questions of his students time after time, and not infrequently walks around the classroom during lessons or quizzes. Wears striped ties. Chuck Coleman, Andy Berman, is on friendly terms with Kevin and also has a reciprocal romantic interest in Alice Pedermeyer. He is able to support his friend in his ideas, also has a rather zealous nature, and doesn't tolerate betrayal, especially from a friend. Dolores was briefly romantically involved with Wayne Arnold. She has a somewhat irritable nature and can often express her dissatisfaction on any occasion. Dolores doesn't care too much about others, has a shoulder-length hair. The role was played by Juliette Lewis. Mr. Chong owned his own Chinese food place and was Kevin's employer for some time. During working hours, he is not uncommon to be found in the kitchen taking customer orders and supervising employees who he can sometimes yell at. He was played by Michael Paul Chan. Bonnie Douglas is David's mother. She had a romantic affair with Wayne Arnold for some time, which angered his parents. Bonnie is a pretty open-minded girl who is capable of giving a man a second chance. She was played by Paula Marshall. Winnie Cooper lives next door to Kevin, with whom she also had a friendship that later developed into a romantic interest. She has a kind disposition, can sometimes be jealous, and can be difficult to decide who she wants to be with. Played by Danica McKellar. Norma Arnold, Ellie Mills, is married to Jack, by whom she has had 3 children. She's a cheerful, has a kind disposition, and is not as strict as her spouse. Most of the time she has taken care of childcare and household chores. Likes to wear a pearl necklace. Liza Berlini went to the same school as Kevin Arnold, with whom she was also in the same class. She's a pretty nice girl who is outgoing and can get along with a lot of her classmates. Kevin is one who asked her to go to the dance, played by Kathy Wagner. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.